What is going on, my beautiful people? Welcome to yet another episode of Sing by Numbers Live, that nerdy music talk show where we go live every Wednesday at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, just to get nerdy, just to talk about the magic formulas that exist, the relationship between numbers and music, numbers and melodies, numbers and chords. I love this stuff. I live this stuff. I'm on here every week getting really nerdy. And you too, my friends, can join me every single week. If you want to just get into the conversation in the comments, come to singbynumbers.com/live. If you want to actually get on stage with me and have a real conversation, most weeks you could just go to singbynumbers.com/stage. Now, usually, often we have a special guest, but today I have something very special planned for you. So I get to share with you what we have been working on behind the scenes. Me and my team have been working tirelessly for hours and hours a day, Monday through Friday. Like I have a real job suddenly, which is like being an artist. If you guys are artists, full-time artists, you understand that this is more trying because I don't have the years of stamina built up for this. So just now putting my heart, soul, blood, sweat, tears into Sing by Numbers Academy. This is a product that I am creating that I believe is going to change the lives of many, many singers for many, many years around the world. The intention of this course, this online opportunity to learn the relationship to music and between music and numbers, it doesn't stop at children. But children can most definitely benefit. I learned my numbers as a child, and that is why I was able to buy a house. That was why I got such great gigs and nailed so many auditions. I definitely failed some auditions too, right? Life is still a journey, and being an artist does not come without its difficulties. But if you want to create more ease, then you're out here studying and upskilling, up-leveling yourself all the time, right? So today, I'm so excited to present to you just the very first module of Sing by Numbers Academy. Now, this is all the basic stuff. If you are a professional working musician, you might have a harder time with this module than somebody who is brand new, just starting out, doesn't have a lot of experience in the past. Why? Because we are tackling the major scale, major thirds, major fifths, then the minor scale. I mean, it's getting very, very elementary. It's the rudimentary basics of music. But because you're a professional, because you've been doing this for so long, you might end up accidentally leaning on your ear, uh, going through the motions and retaining less of the neural transformation that happens when you do these exercises newly. So my invitation to everybody who is watching, everybody who is ever a participant inside of Sing by Numbers, my invitation is that you listen to the tapes newly, that you sing the scale newly. Sure, we all know how to sing a scale, or many of us know how to sing a scale, and it's not that exciting or novel. But if you want to take on learning your numbers, then the best way to do it is actually see the number in your mind and allow it to take the shape that it's going to take. So our minds are capable of creating all kinds of magic, right? I don't know. Have you ever been like, driving your car on a windy road at the edge of a cliff, and then at one point your imagination might go haywire and imagine the worst just for a split second. And sometimes you have the courage to think that through, and other times you don't. Well, your brain and your body don't really understand the difference between reality and imagination. So when you're learning Sing by Numbers, how to create the neural pathways that you need in order to get these numbers really in you requires that you use your imagination. For me, sometimes when I'm seeing the numbers, I'm singing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will see. Do you guys remember those countdowns from the movies where it's like boop, 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 like 3, 2, 1, right? I'll see like a big old number that takes up my whole screen in my mind's eye. Other times I see like colorful numbers that sort of float by. And other times I'll see numbers that are taking steps. I love using stairs and ladders as visuals in my mind. That really assists, especially when we get into the harder stuff. Then it's like, I know this is here and this is here. This is a 5, this is a 3, or this is a 3 and this is a 1, or whatever. So I hope this gives you an idea of how to listen as you're listening, but let's see if we can't get this onto the stage. So, drum roll. I don't even have, do I have a drum roll? Let me see. I don't think I actually have a drum roll. So let's all imagine a drum roll since we're using our imagination. Ladies and gentlemen, Sing by Numbers Academy. Here it comes. Woo-hoo. Awesome. Okay, so so this is how it would look if you were a student at Sing by Numbers Academy. You would have access to this on any of your devices. And inside of each of these are little lessons. And let me see if I can't actually control it and still see what I'm showing you. Okay, here we go. Are we seeing this? Yes. Look at God. I love technology. I love technology. All right, so 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 5, 1, 5, 1, 2, 3 minor, 4, 5. All right, so this is module 1, the major scale. Inside of this module, well, in every module, we start with what I call a snapshot. And I got that from my coach, who in her course has snapshot videos at the beginning of every module. The snapshot's awesome because it tells you everything you're going to get from that module. Okay. So I don't know if you're going to hear sound. I'm praying that you will. But if you were a student, you would watch this snapshot video. I will give you a hint. I look amazing. And that's really all that matters. Just kidding. I'm in there telling you what we're going to get in the first module and why it's important and how you're going to get there. What are the most important things to think about as you're doing this work, etc. And then we get into lesson 1. Now we're going to attempt to open this. Let's see if it works. All right. So this is what it looks like inside of Sing by Numbers Academy. This is lesson 1, the major scale. Now, what this lesson is you're going to practice singing a major scale, locking in the signature pattern of a major scale, which is whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. That means you start on the 1, you go a whole step, a half step, another whole, another whole, another whole, and then a last half. And now you've done a full scale. Okay. Why are we doing this? Because the major scale is the most important building block in the musical universe. Internalizing this pattern will give you speed and confidence, especially when it's time to transpose songs on the fly. So you always want to, every music lesson you ever take, like it doesn't matter what instrument you're learning, what kind of music class you're taking, literally, they always start with a major scale, and they usually generally start in a middle C. Actually, I'm only speaking for piano. I know that other instruments have other scales that may be more prominent. Anyway, I digress. So how we're going to do that is singing the numbers 1 through 8, starting on the 1, like I said, walking up the pattern of the major scale, whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. So today, kids, if you get nothing more, at the very least, you've memorized the pattern of a scale, and then we can get into how to use it. So we climb up chromatically. Chromatic means every step is a half step. So we'll do the whole scale and back down, and then we'll go up half a step. Okay. Not a whole step, but just a little half. So we're not going to go from the 1 to the 2. We're going to go from the 1 to the 1.5 and then start again. Okay. Again, most important thing is that you actually visualize newly, like you've never done a scale before in your life. Otherwise, there's no point. Okay. Here's a few quotes from some of our favorite music friends. The major scale is the foundation of all music theory. It's where it all starts. That was said by the legendary Herbie Hancock. My God, I got to see Herbie Hancock at Hollywood Bowl, and my life was forever changed. And if you've never seen him live, do it. Go out of your way, travel, make sure you get the tickets, pay the price, and go. Just like for your own happiness and joy. But if you are a musician, most definitely you want to see Herbie Hancock live. Actually, that's true for all of these amazing musicians. Learn your major scales and you can play in any key with anybody. And that's true for musicians and for singers. But as singers, it's so important to be able to use these numbers. That's the whole point. If you know your major scale in numbers, you can literally change it to any different key in the whole universe, any note that is ever thrown at you, you will always have access to this very fundamental building block. All right. Last quote. Everything I do harmonically is rooted in the major scale. That's Jacob Collier, who is one of the most quintessential, prolific vocalists and musicians. And I can guarantee you that man knows his numbers. Is it weird that I just called him a man because he has such a boyish face? I don't know that he will ever not have youth in his face. That is open for comments. All right. Then it tells you a little bit about me, your instructor, Honey La Rochelle, aka Mama Number. And it tells you a lot of the things that I've done and the reason I am qualified to teach this stuff. Let's just get into the major scale. My prayer is that you will be able to hear it. I don't actually know if it's true, but let's see Module 1, Lesson 1. Here we go. Welcome to the very first lesson in Sing by Numbers. We are starting with, you guessed it, the major scale, which is the fundamental building block in all of the universe of music. So remember this pattern: whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Yeah. Just get it in your bones. It's going to be more relevant later, but for now, just memorize it. So all we're doing here is we're counting from 1 to 8 and back down. So if you're ready, let's get into it. Major scale. Here we go. And this is our first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure you're watching those numbers. 7, 6, 5, look at the numbers 4, on the screen. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. That pop is to remind you to breathe. 5, 6, I teach pop 7, breathing in the welcome module. 8, 7, 6, 5. After you've been looking at the slide for a while, you can close your eyes and start using your imagination, which is way more powerful. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to just tell you now, 7, 6, I go all the way up into the stratosphere, into my whistle tones. So when you want to, you jump down an octave. This is not about singing well. This is about hearing, ear training, theory. So sing along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Don't just sing the scale, see the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. Another really important thing to think about is when you're doing these scales, when you're climbing upward, make sure you're not going upward in your mind. In other words, go forward. See the numbers crawling in front, like step by step, just out front. We don't want to be raising our eyebrows and our chin, but we do want to raise our soft palate. Feel that yawning feeling in your mouth. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2. I'm in my early morning flight voice. 6, 7, 8, 8, 7. You hear her? She's starting to flip over. It's a different girl. That's a past version of Mama Number. How'd you do?
All right, my invitation to you is to go ahead and replay it, pull it back, run it back, do it again and again until it's really in your bones. I invite you to begin visualizing each number as you sing it. We're rewiring our brains. And as you get more and more familiar with this material, you can play it back faster until you get to 2x. Now, when you're playing this at 2 speed and you nailing it and you feel great about it, now it's time to move on to the next lesson. See you over there.
All righty, kids. You've seen it. Woohoo! How'd you do? Did you sing along? Did you make it to the top? And just for context, every module has 5 to 7 lessons. And every lesson is available like that in a video, or you can download the recording of it and put it in your ears, take it with you in the shower, in the car, while you're walking, on your way to school, on your way to work. And the slide that I'm dancing in front of is also available for you if you want to just look at the numbers, because sometimes, especially later in the course, the pattern gets a little more complicated. The numbers are jumping around a bit. We're doing different intervals. So in those cases, you can see the slide. You could carry it with you. If you don't want to watch a video, but you want to peek at the slide here and there, you could listen to the recording and look at the slide at your own accord. So every single lesson comes in a way that should support every type of learner. And my mission is to transform the lives of 10,000 singers. So no matter the level that you are in or at or on, this is meant to support you. I'm so excited to be opening our doors soon and inviting people to actually participate inside the class. And I'm open to all of the feedback, but we are, like I said, building and building. We have built most of the modules out, and yeah, this has been really fun, really big project for me. So thank you for hanging out with me and checking out Sing by Numbers Academy. I'm looking forward to inviting you into the Academy. And in the meantime, keep checking back with us every single Wednesday at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern for Sing by Numbers Live, the music nerdy talk show. And I'm also open to suggestions if you have songs you want analyzed, or if you have questions about a number that you're working on. You can send those in, or you can just come and join me, singbynumbers.com/live every Wednesday. Much love. Thank you guys for joining. We'll see you next week. Peace.